Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
4 receivers now in the formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia gets ready on offense behind Carson Wentz, the number 2 pick back in 2016 out of North Dakota State.
Not only does he look the part, he plays it as well. Tall, prototypical-looking pocket passer with better athletic ability than what people think. Gets outside of the pocket and makes big plays downfield.
On 1st down, Wentz. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Wentz now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
To Miles Sanders. A 3-yard pickup.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Is on for the field goal, a 57-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Wentz now on first down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. That catch good for only a couple. The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 56 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard.
Wentz's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Again, it's Wentz. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here we go now on first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
Or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do.
The quarterback sack.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Let's go one more. 53 go. 53 is the line. Good track.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
The pass.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 67 yards.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. And in a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
53.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
53. Go. Switch.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the delay, Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 10.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. We're scoreless after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. But they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Another carry.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Shy of the goal line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and it's 3-0 Washington.
3, Eagles 0.
That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
Getting set to go again, Dallas Goedert marching back onto the field. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ballgame. Let's see.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
1st and 10.
Man, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 46.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. He's going to try and do this himself. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Cameron Brate, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Wentz going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Down by William Jackson.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him. Bring it up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Caught on the right side by Jones. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Brate, the tight end's got it. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders and the Philly offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz.
And quickly finding Rager.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Wentz to throw again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Washington offense set to take over.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Smith catches left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Underneath, he's got Brate. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The left side completion to Jones. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. and it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. From there, we take the long trip across the country, about as far as you can go. Check on the Seahawks in Seattle. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Jimmy Garoppolo has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Wentz's pass.
A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The try here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Underneath, he's got Brate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, it's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And 5 yards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They'll look to throw here. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
4 yards.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches.
Again, it's Jones.
That's good for a
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cameron Brate with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
Complete to Dallas Goedert. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And his pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now, Wentz again. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied
At 17.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. They'll look to throw now on first down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Underneath, he's got Brate. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Second and 5.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that'll set them back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Brings up third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for number 35. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. The open man here, Renfro. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Wentz. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Wentz's
3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Just a 4-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Let's go. 44.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
So many things have to come together.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
At their own 40-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to...
As Sanders has it poked free. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back.
The pass.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 42-yard
And
line.
Bright has it over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And 3.
Defense, keep it up. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Now Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, fighting off the defender. He sets up the screen to Jones.
The pass.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working at...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Wentz. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now Washington
down by 7, and time a huge factor. They'll have to go 90-plus yards, and a field goal does them no good as they've got it with a 1st down. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Back to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. The open man is Smith. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson, complete.
And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Shakes off the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Philadelphia, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Washington, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And it's going to be wait and see time as they figure out their status for the upcoming playoffs. And for Charles